Welcome back to The Real Story. New study of more than 44,000 Americans across all 50 states reveals that Governor John Kasich is the only GOP presidential contender that could get more electoral, that is, college votes than Hillary Clinton and beat her in the general election. Well, that data compiled by Morning Consult, and Michael Ramlett is CEO and co-founder of Morning Consult, media and survey technology company, and he joins me now. So, Michael, let's go ahead and show how this all plays out according to your research. Trump versus Clinton. Clinton 328, Trump 210. Clinton versus Cruz 332, Cruz 206. Then we get to John Kasich. Kasich 304, Clinton 234. Why?
Well, I think what you're seeing there is a snapshot of favorability. I think one of the things that decision makers in Cleveland out of the Republican convention, if it's an open convention, are going to have to consider is electability. And at Morning Consult, we conduct a weekly presidential tracking poll powered by Lucid, and we've now done over 44,000 interviews. In each one of those surveys, we ask about head-to-head matchups, and because we're able to analyze that data down to the state level, we find some very intriguing results. And it's exactly what you just said, which is that the map looks bigger. There's more battlegrounds for John Kasich than what the map looks like for Donald Trump or Ted Cruz. And in that case, it looks a lot like what the Romney-Obama election looked like in 2012.
Very interesting. So I just want to inform our viewers, if we can put the map back up, if you see the lighter blue states and the lighter reds, they show states where the races are very close, correct?
That's correct. We're 6 months out from an election. About 18% of voters are undecided, and that's even in the case of Trump and Clinton, who have almost near universal name ID. So there is still this undecided population that may swing some of those elections, but I think what this shows is a snapshot in time, all the way through now 30 primaries, that there is an uphill climb for Cruz or for Trump if they're the nominee. And it really does also highlight regional favoritism for John Kasich. You see Wisconsin.
It's interesting because I was going to name some of those states: Michigan, Minnesota, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. From your analysis, they seem to be going towards Kasich.
That's right, and I think there's two pieces to that. One is he's a Midwestern governor. The second is that he's the only candidate in the race right now with favorability above his net negative favorability. So if you think about it that way, he really starts with a bigger opening chance rather than some of the candidates who have had more negative advertising or some of the more negative components of this race.
It's interesting, and I don't know if you know the answer to this, but why hasn't he done better then?
I think that's the million-dollar question for the Kasich campaign is it built for a general election versus is it built for a primary election? And that's the nuances of a primary electorate. They look different. They are more conservative in the case of Republicans, and you're looking at different state momentum swings. So he really had his biggest momentum coming out of New Hampshire. He won his home state. I think that's where we see a lot of the value here, is being able to analyze the biggest and the best data set that anyone has.
All right. If people want to look at this, where do they go?
They should go to morningconsult.com to see the full 50-state analysis, and they can follow all of the polling at morningconsultintelligence.com.
All right. Michael, thanks much.